This is one of the most chilling missing persons cases in American history. The story of Susan Powell. Susan was a young mother from Utah, living what seemed to be an ordinary suburban life with her husband, Josh, and their 2 little boys. But behind closed doors, their marriage was crumbling. Friends say Susan was unhappy, fearful, and even wrote in her secret journal that if anything happened to her, it would not be an accident. Then on December 6, 2009, Susan vanished. Her husband, Josh, claimed he took the boys camping in the freezing cold in the middle of the night, while Susan stayed home. But when investigators searched the house, they found Susan's purse, her phone, and her belongings, as if she had simply disappeared into thin air. The case only grew darker. Susan's family accused Josh of knowing more than he let on. Then his father, Susan Powell, was arrested for disturbing crimes of his own, obsessed with Susan, keeping hundreds of photos and recordings of her without her consent. The Powell family's secrets ran deep and terrifying, but the darkest chapter came 3 years later. In 2012, Josh Powell locked himself inside his home with his 2 sons. Minutes after social workers dropped the boys off, the house exploded in flames. Josh had killed himself and his children. Susan Powell's body has never been found. To this day, her disappearance remains one of the most heartbreaking unsolved mysteries. What really happened to Susan? Did Josh hide the truth forever? Or is there still evidence out there waiting to be uncovered? True crime expert Vanessa Van Edwards joins the investigation, and she said, "You have been following this case for years. Let's go through some of the evidence because we have new details." We talked about the fact that when police did search the home, they did find Susan's purse and her cell phone, her personal items. They also found no signs of a struggle, so that's odd. Well, they did find some blood in the home. It wasn't Susan's blood, but it was definitely blood. The walls were recently painted. That's odd as well. Yeah, all of those things are very odd. And then you have the husband who is the prime suspect, but he's not cooperating. He's not giving them information. Yeah, Josh Powell refused to take a polygraph test. He also refused to let the boys talk to anybody other than him and his parents. His parents who, by the way, are now deceased. But the father, yes, the father, Susan Powell, died while awaiting trial for the voyeurism charges. He died of natural causes. But he left behind a whole treasure trove of evidence. What did they find in his home? Oh my God. It was like a shrine to Susan. There were hundreds of photos and videos of her. He recorded her in the shower, followed her around, took photos of her as she jogged. And he even made comments in some of the videos saying, "I wish I could just take these feelings I have for Susan and put them in a bottle and throw them away." It was very creepy. Susan Powell's body has never been found. To this day, her disappearance remains one of the most heartbreaking, unsolved mysteries. What could they have been hiding in the basement? What really happened to Susan? Did Josh hide the truth forever? Or is there still evidence out there waiting to be uncovered? This is not just a true crime story, it's a haunting reminder of how secrets, lies, and obsession can destroy lives. And it's a case that continues to haunt investigators. And everyone who hears it will be right back. Stay with us.